Welcome to episode 2 of Operation
Yukon Ho,
where we have just returned from Walmart and the grocery store and purchased all of our meals for our trip.
This is the one where we buy our meals. Yukon Ho.
Who is that for?
I'm a rock star. It'll take 14 days to get from our house here in Homer, New York to Anchorage, Alaska.
The number one reason why we have decided to purchase all of our meals and carry them with us in the car is because we're making the 4,900 mile journey across North America during the COVID-19 crisis, and we want to minimize our risk of contracting the virus.
We're spreading it to other people.
Yeah, I mean, the first consideration is our own safety, and we don't want to get sick while we're on the road, but more importantly, we're planning to travel to some really remote areas where it might be a 4 to 6 hour drive for the locals in that area to drive to a hospital and get someplace where there's an ICU bed. So we don't want to be inconsiderate and unknowingly spread the virus to people who would be put at risk by us.
Be kind of a jerk move.
Yeah, we don't want to be jerks. The second reason is preparedness. We have made the trip through the Alaska Highway before, and there's a lot of unknown factors that you could encounter when you're on that journey.
Since there's a lot of variables when you multiply them all by a pandemic,
Yeah.
better to be safe than sorry.
It's also important to consider cost and time when you're on the road. For the amount of money that it costs to eat for one day, eating restaurant meals, you can eat for an entire week or longer if you buy those meals at a grocery store. We also don't want to waste any time looking for grocery stores or looking for restaurants while we're on the road. And the last and pretty important reason is,
Adventure!
Yeah. So how does somebody even go about planning meals for 2 people for 2 weeks on the road? There's a lot of important considerations.
I want this one, but in this size. I mean, unless you think you can eat half of that.
Probably cannot.
All of the food has to be shelf stable. We have experience going on a very long road trip with a cooler.
And eventually everything in the cooler smelled like ham water. Hot, juicy ham water. We ended up wasting a lot of cold cuts that summer.
There was a lot of math involved in calculating the nutritional content of our meals. Based on our age, size, weight, and activity level on the trip, I estimated we need about 1,800 calories per day. I also calculated serving sizes and approximate FDA recommendations for protein, grains, fruits, and vegetables, so no scurvy for us. Obviously, eating processed foods is going to mean higher salt and sugar content than is ideal, but what can you do? It's only 2 weeks. Taste, I guess, was a factor, but Johnny's not picky.
I love food this much.
Do you?
I mean, fun fact!
Did you know that during the Klondike Gold Rush, prospectors trekking up the Chilkoot Pass in Alaska were required by law to carry a year's worth of food? With their gear, that added up to 1 ton of supplies. Suddenly we look less crazy. Why do we have 4 boxes of almost empty cereal? So what did we buy?
Beans.
Canned stew.
Canned other soups.
Chocolate almonds.
Beef jerky.
Instant coffee.
Crystallized sleep. Hey, corn.
Corn. Haven't had that in a while. Yeah, delicious corn. Bye.
We kind of have our breakfast section over here. What breakfast is going to look like for us is these
Also pickles.
Velveeta breakfast cookies that are whole grain. We'll also have with breakfast a ration of fruit portion, canned oranges. We are allotted 2 juice boxes per day. For lunches and dinners, it's going to depend on our ability to cook at that specific time. So we have a bunch of crackers, we have pepperoni, we have jerky.
Whatever these are.
I'm going to be eating quite a lot of peanut butter, but staying really far away from him, who is allergic to peanuts, which is why his peanut alternative
is bagged fish.
If we are able to cook proper meals, we have dried pasta, we have a lot of dried beans and lentils.
Like that scene from Blazing Saddles.
Got some minute rice, and our hope is to make all of this relatively palatable using either canned pasta sauce or packets of seasoning that we can add water and olive oil to hopefully give it some flavor.
buffalo wing quinoa.
So that's our plan.
Hooray!
You can leave comments in the comments section. That is predictions of how we're going to feel once we eat all of that food.
Yeah, something like, leave a comment if you think we will never be stopping at the bathroom, or if we will only be stopping at the bathroom.
Now, Johnny, your parents must be so proud of you.
They are.
I'm so afraid this is going to be a joyless experience.
Yukon Ho!